in time.
New York ball.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Galloway, covered by Conley. From deep, Aflalo, and that one's good. Aflalo's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Conley left side. Oh, wide open look for Gasol. Offline from the top of the key. Here's Galloway. Outside Anthony. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Passes it to Galloway. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. The Grizzlies trailed by 3. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Conley kicks to Randolph. The pass to Hazanya. Some nice passing there by Memphis.
You know, guys, Memphis walks through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Down low for Zingis.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Conley kicks to Green. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Now here's Calderon. Aflalo goes in. It's rebounded by Gasol.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Follow against Green. There's the screen. Calderon, no good.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Now here's Conley. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Nice shot by Randolph.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Conley against Calderon. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Seraphin the pass to Carmelo. And here are the Grizzlies now. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Three from the inbound. The shot misses. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Brandon Wright, Fournier out there with Payton, then it's Matt Barnes, and it's Gasol at the center position. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Fournier dishes to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Gasol. And they double up Gasol. Barnes. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Barnes has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Grizzlies.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Here is Amundsen. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Now here's Payton. 3-point lead. And they double up Payton. And Wright kicks to Fournier. Wright with a screen on Williams. Fournier pass to Wright. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the Rockets. Barnes dishes to Gasol. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. A different look for New York. Zingas, he's checked in for Amundsen. And it's a Flalo in for Sasha Vujicic. And Memphis also making a switch. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Wright. And Flalo kicks to Lopez. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Lopez has got his first bucket in this one. The dish to Fournier. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Payton. And another miss by Memphis. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Galloway. Covered by Payton. Aflalo right side. Off the pick. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Aflalo's got 5 now.
You know, watching Aaron Aflalo, incredible form on his jumper, excellent mid-range shooter who's made himself into one of the league's better three-point shooters, too.
The shot's good from Fournier. For New York, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Galloway, covered by Payton. The kick out to Williams. And a pick bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Williams has got the game tied up here for New York.
Hey guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
So for the Knicks, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Anthony comes in for Williams. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. Conley, the pass to Randolph. Pass to Hazania. Clock at 4. taken away by Anthony. .103 left in the second quarter. And a miss there on the triple. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
Calderon dishes to Carmelo. To the inside. Here's Porzingis. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
They swipe it. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We've seen Aaron Aflalo really having a great game.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
That's right. Sometimes the stats are facade. I mean, he's passing the eye test with his impact on the floor, though.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. We've seen Aaron Aflalo really having a great game.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
That's a good way to put it, partner. No huge numbers, but he's been rock solid, making some very important plays for him.
Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Galloway in at the 1. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Randolph a screen. Here's Azania. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
There's Galloway. Looking for his first basket still in this one. One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
And for Memphis and the D-League, they made the most of it. Sent 3 players for a total of 14 assignments with the Energy, and that's how you make the most of an affiliate. You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Lopez a screen. Goes up the baseline. He kicks it to Galloway. Aflalo the pass to Lopez. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, considering the Grizzlies and their D-League partnership, it really makes sense for the franchise. Memphis has always been a place where they grow their own talent. A lot of good players have come out of Memphis. Not a lot of big names signed in free agency by the Grizzlies. You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Here's Galloway. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 5 to shoot. Deep 2 from Anthony. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
What a sluggish, muddy start to the second half.